Welcome to the Yield Tactics podcast, your go-to source for all topics related to yield and revenue management, pricing strategies, and industry insights. We're diving deep into the dynamic world of revenue management and pricing across various sectors, with a particular focus on travel, leisure, transportation industries, and beyond. From airlines optimizing seat inventory to hotels adjusting room rates based on demand, and even to theme parks maximizing ticket sales, yield management plays a crucial role in ensuring businesses extract the maximum value from their resources. Joining us are Yield Tactics senior consultants and partners, industry experts, thought leaders, and pioneers in the field of revenue management, who will share their expertise, experiences, and innovative strategies to help you stay ahead in this ever-evolving landscape.
This podcast is brought to you by Yield Tactics and Airline Tactics, the foremost consulting firm specializing in revenue management and pricing, serving clients worldwide. In today's episode, we embark on a journey to explore the pivotal steps in initiating your digital revolution. Picture this: the essence of customer experience lies within the intricate psychological processes that culminate in the purchase of your service. But where do you begin this transformative journey? Fear not, for we have a roadmap tailored just for you. Join us as we unravel the essence of starting your digital transformation by tracing the footsteps of your customers from acquisition to conversion. This strategic approach not only provides a structured framework, but also kickstarts your digital evolution with a project boasting a remarkable return on investment. Stay tuned as we uncover the profound correlation between enhancing customer experiences and amplifying sales across all distribution channels. Get ready to embark on a journey that promises to revolutionize your digital landscape. The traditional approach to customer acquisition is to have a marketing team that establishes the details of the customer experience when the travel service is consumed. Then, the pricing department defines a sale price. Then, the distribution department handles the technical aspects, having products delivered to all channels. Then, the communication department creates promotion materials. And finally, the sales teams spread the message to travel agencies and on your website. This approach is becoming less and less suitable because it does not consider the process of acquisition and conversion as an integral part of the customer experience. The outcomes are offers not designed according to the constraints of the distribution networks and not optimized to generate high conversion rates. Customer acquisition has long focused on highlighting an exceptionally good price, combined with travel inspiration, a loyalty system, and customer satisfaction to ensure repeat purchases. This approach has limits. The price component is driven by competition, and communication expenses for inspiration are expensive and hardly visible outside the home market. Marketing needs to reach a finer level of granularity to reconnect with prospect psychology during the buying process with a segmented approach. The objective is to deliver the right message at the right time for each consumer profile in order to overcome their objections to the purchase. In 2020, as the COVID-19 pandemic was raging, many travel companies rediscovered that consumer reassurance plays an important role. Once your customer has entered one of your physical or virtual points of sale, they follow a marked circuit that may or may not lead to the act of making a purchase. It is then a question of inspiring your prospect, but also of reassuring them by removing all potential obstacles to the purchase. You should therefore anticipate blocking points by facilitating access to calibrated information with copywriting techniques. What you do not want is your prospect to leave your marked circuit to seek information elsewhere. At best, on your website or worse, with your competitors, or even with influencers who may not recommend you. When a prospect exits your acquisition funnel, you have no guarantee that they will return, and your conversion rate plummets. To summarize the first part of this podcast, deliver the right message at the right time for each consumer profile in order to overcome their objections to the purchase. Control your digital distribution costs. Since the internet revolution of the 2000s, the products of travel companies have been widely distributed in the physical and digital worlds. Initially, this made it possible to reduce the average acquisition cost by reducing the commissions paid to intermediaries. But in the 2010s, the average acquisition cost per customer rose sharply. GDS distribution costs increased with the introduction of new features, and powerful digital marketplaces imposed high distribution costs. To reduce marketing costs, the development of direct sales channels makes sense, but it incurs other costs, such as Google and Facebook advertising. Digital players, whether they are GDS, OTA, search engines, marketplaces, or social networks, have a powerful business model, technological supremacy, economies of scale, and costs inversely proportional to volume. Their cost to serve an additional customer is marginal. Once they have conquered the planet, their only axis of growth is to maximize their advertising yield, that is to say, to sell you as much as possible access to their sales promotion platforms and tools. Invest in customer conversion. Acquiring traffic and potential customers on direct or indirect points of sale, physical or on the internet, is therefore increasingly expensive. Travel companies have no leverage to negotiate with established oligopolies that capture an increasing share of the value produced. Faced with this underlying trend, there is one variable in the equation that you can leverage: increasing your conversion rate. If currently $100 in ad or tech spend gets you 5 incremental customers, doubling the conversion rate and converting 10 customers for the same price will significantly increase the ROI on your distribution and ad spend. Your digital transformation projects should prioritize technologies that aim to increase the conversion rate. For example, the distribution on indirect sales channels of the most recent pricing and distribution methods, such as fair families and rich content, products labeled according to industry standards, multimedia content, simplified pricing rules, and arguments for lifting objections to purchase. For direct sales, improving conversion means making the purchasing process smoother when browsing on the internet and in physical points of sale. During this process, special attention should be paid to the conversion rate of sales of ancillary products. This strategic orientation will be possible through the acquisition of skills and the implementation of indicators measuring conversion performance using, among other things, shopping and traffic data. Then, all you need to do is nurture an internal culture of continuous conversion improvement to build an ever more optimized and profitable conversion funnel. This implies a difference in organizational approach. The marketing and sales departments design from the creation of a new offer how it will be promoted on all distribution channels. A discussion will follow with the pricing department, which will be able to value a possible premium, not in relation to the objective superiority of the product compared to the competition, but in relation to the subjective perception of the product from the point of view of a consumer who has not yet experienced it. Indeed, organizations with the most advanced customer acquisition capabilities may sell at higher price, not because their product is superior, but because it is easier and more reassuring to buy. To increase your conversion rate, you must reconnect with the consumer's psychological needs and decipher their desires and fears to influence and accelerate their purchasing decision with the right message. This approach involves increasing the technological sensitivity of all stakeholders and strengthening the game level of marketing and communication services so that they transpose their skills into the world of digital distribution. The stakes are now well beyond simply asking the revenue management department for a low rate to put it on a nice photo and buy massive advertising space. Converting is transforming sales, getting consumers to choose your company over another. As soon as your price is competitive, that is to say, among the cheapest, mastering conversion techniques allows you to sell your product in larger quantities and slightly more expensively to prospects who do not know your brand. Converting direct and indirect sales is the skill your organization needs to be good at. To summarize this podcast, few statements to remember. Deliver the right message at the right time for each consumer profile in order to overcome their objections to the purchase. There is one variable in the equation that you can leverage: increasing your conversion rate. Prioritize technologies that aim to increase the conversion rate. Sell at a higher price because your product is better distributed, easier and more reassuring to buy.
Don't forget to subscribe to our podcast to catch every upcoming episode. And if you have any questions, comments, or topics you'd like us to cover, feel free to reach out to us.
Stay connected with us on LinkedIn and visit our websites yieldtactics.com and airlinetactics.com for more exclusive content and information about our consulting and training services. From our websites, you can download the Yield Tactics magazine for free, featuring in-depth articles covering topics such as organizational transformation, advanced pricing techniques, marketing, revenue optimization, and distribution. The ideas and opinions expressed by our guests on this podcast are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views or endorsements of Yield Tactics. Also, when we mention specific companies or products, it's important to note that such references do not constitute an endorsement by Yield Tactics, nor do they imply any business relationship between us.